My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. I was on YouTube, I'm sorry, on Facebook. Someone was asking me, what is that behind in the video? What was that? Was that like some kind of awards? Was it some screen I was working on? What was it? And I said, that is the PARTAY and CROW cancellation wall. So I explained to him what that wall meant. So anyway, these two individuals, like I said, at the end of the day, if y'all don't know, or if you're not familiar with these two, CROW1176 and PARTAY AV, aka Danny Boy, aka James Gonzalez. Basically, decided to, I don't know, I guess they were trying to attack my company, trying to make my company look bad, trying to make me look bad, stuff like that, you know, childish stuff. So they come on and they talk a lot about their products being this, that, and the other. So we gave them challenges because a few times we tested CROW's product and it actually tested, I say close, actually not say close, it did match black and white paint at the end of the day. It also matched a $21 Amazon tablecloth that was actually kind of a grayish color. So we gave them plenty of opportunity, both of them, PARTAY to explain his products a little bit more clear with video demonstrations, the breakdown, which he never did, and the simple fact he came on and did this demonstration, which took almost forever to do, on these multiple applications and polarization, optimization, determination, whatever nonsense. It was a very long video. A lot of things he was speaking of didn't make any sense whatsoever, and I've been in business longer than both of them. So I know that all the stuff that he was talking in the video was bull crap. So anyway, after watching this video and looking at his demonstration, there was just so many questions. I mean, right now it's like an endless map of Where's Waldo of trying to explain the theory of his so-called applications. There's just so many issues with it. So anyway, so usually what I do is I don't get into the whole memes and all that stuff. What I'll do is I'll just go in and I'll just, at the end of the day, I'll go in and I'll just get your product at the end of the day. That's what I do. Go pick up your product at the end of the day and bring it down here for testing, which I did. Try to bring it down here for testing. And every time we wanted to place an order through you guys canceled every single time. And I told y'all I was going to make a monument. I was going to set it up. CROW was so anxious. He didn't believe it was going to be done. There you are. There you sit. So some few people on the football forum sites I was in was asking about in the video, what was that? Was it a screen? Was there some test results? What was it? And that's what I'm explaining here in the video. To all of you that are curious, what's on that wall over there? It's a cancellation wall. So when we go after someone who talks a lot of trash about a product, talks a lot of trash about their products being this, that, and the other, and they beat their products up to be something that we all know it's not, we call your bluff. We go buy your product to bring it down here. Now, if your product does as you claim it does, we should have it on that table with no problem. If it doesn't, we get one of those little cancellations over there that we put up on that bulletin board over there. And on that bulletin board is full of PARTAY and CROW. I have, actually, CROW has a, not CROW, but PARTAY has a really, actually both of them have an interesting, outstanding amount of cancellations, but it's how the cancellations actually occur. PARTAY felt the need to walk around in his backyard and talk about this cancellation that he got from me, but yet I have yet to see any documents or anything whatsoever claiming this theory that all this happened, where I have 5 of them on you. CROW, on the other hand, sent us an invite to come in and buy, and we came in and bought about 14 times to the point where there were little messages flashing across the receipt saying harassment, stay away, stuff like that. So the thing about it is they talk a whole lot of trash they can't back up. And at the end of the day, when it comes down to doing some real testing on their products, they get scared and they run. There is so many cancellations on these guys that this is some of the stacks that I printed out at the end of the day of their items, their cancellations that we have here. There's so many of them. Look at this. Look at PARTAY. Goes on. And this is what the wall of cancellation is. Each one of these bear my thumbprint and a glow-in-the-dark paint so I can see it when I'm gaming at night. This is where you ended up at. Now, I've given you the opportunity, and I have given the opportunity. I said, look, Don't cancel the order. I'm giving you the opportunity to redeem yourself. Let the order go through. At least at the end of the day, if your product comes down here and it doesn't work, I mean, big deal. Just basically pick yourself up by your bootstraps and start all over again. And this time, don't lie as much as you do on video. Back it up next time. But instead of basically facing the truth, they decided to cancel. And here we go. Cancel. Money put back into our account. Money put back into our account. Money put back into our account. Crow has quite a bit. We couldn't fit them all on here. Money put back in our account. Here's about 15 of them. And I have the one where you lost the PayPal claim. I'm framing that bad boy. That's going upstairs in my office. Cancellation. 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 And so forth. It goes all the way down. Cancellation. So at the end of the day, you guys can talk about my appearance. You can talk about my dress code. You can talk about my product. You can do anything you want. I got your cancellations. That's all that matters. At the end of the day, you could not back up your product 100%. You couldn't back it up. That's all you had to do was back up your product. And you could not back up your product. Sad. Really sad. Really, really sad. So like I said, run your mouth. You can talk all you want. At the end of the day, I gave you an option not to do what you just did. I gave you an option. And you could have taken it. Partay got so scared to the point, he removed the entire marketplace altogether in the middle of a live stream. That's posted to the forum site. They are laughing their behinds off. They're sharing this nonsense. They're laughing their behinds off that I was able to intimidate you so badly that you removed an entire marketplace. And then the minute you put it back in, what did I say when the marketplace got removed? I said, I want my third. I want my third for my collection. That's what I said. I said, don't worry about it. We'll get it. Remember what you said in the video when you said, don't worry about it. I'll get it. It's funny how things come to full circle. See how it's interesting how you just sat there and said, don't worry about it, Kim. I'll get it. My website's open. You can order anytime you want to. Matter of fact, I dare you to place an order. Go ahead. Place one now. And I'll pack it up and I'll do the whole thing. I do all my processing orders. I'll make sure your video is done special. But you can't, because you know why? Because you know if you bring that product down, it'll wipe your stuff clean. But don't worry. Like I said, I'll get it. And unlike you, I got my third one sitting on the table. I need the Vega Plus was the last one I needed for my collection. I got it right up there on the wall. All three of your products. The interesting about his product is the fact that not only did he walk around in his backyard claiming that we made this cancel, that I was supposed to be afraid of him, but a person who's supposed to be afraid of you, it's interesting how my marketplace is still there, but you took yours down completely to keep me from getting any orders from you. And that's not the first time you did that, Danny boy. You did it the second time, or the first time, when I came in and purchased from you, locked your shopping carts. Then we ordered samples from you, gave us back the money. They're up there too. Locked your sample carts. Then the sample card disappeared. Well, we had the samples right there to prove that, and the receipts that we got your product. I'm not interested in your products anymore. I'm not even interested in my people buying your products. You know why? Because at the end of the day, if you're going to fight this hard, after I seen you remove an entire marketplace, if you're going to fight that hard to make sure that I can't purchase your products at the end of the day, why would I waste my time? Why would I waste my people's time on getting your products down here just to have it fail? Because you have no confidence in it. Now, getting back to Crow. We all know your products don't work for jack at the end of the day because we've already tested your stuff out. We've made your product with black and white paint using your own tutorial videos. We matched the product to a $21 tablecloth. We have streams of you changing and fluctuating prices in the middle of transactions. We have one where we basically asked you at the end of the day to do the test demonstrations, and you clearly said no in lowercase and no in uppercase. Not going to do it. And we've been asking you this since last year. Do these tests, and you haven't done them yet. So that's why you guys are sitting up there over on that wall, because you canceled out. You canceled your order because your products don't work. Now me, who I am, hey, I've been in business longer than you guys have been. I've done more with my products than you guys have ever done in your entire lifetime. I've used more projectors. I've met more people in the business world, in this particular industry, than you have. At the end of the day, I have more experience than you guys have at the end of the day. That's why you get on camera. Crow doesn't know half the stuff he's talking about. Most of his conversations are filled with and laughing. Because you don't know what you're talking about at the end of the day. Where the other guy, on the other hand, is just talking the most dumbest nonsense I've ever heard in my entire life. You put distilled water in your paint, of course it's going to separate. Genius. Look at this. You see this? See that green stuff at the bottom? That's paint. See this stuff inside? That's water. If I set this over there and I shake it up, see how it all blends together? But eventually, it's going to separate. You're talking about the polymers are heavy and they drop to the ground. No, blah, blah, blah. You put water in it and it causes it to separate it. You put water in it to make the coating a lot more thinner. That's why the coating is thinner. It's not a paint. Yes, a paint. It's a paint with water in it. That's what it is. That's why I had an issue when you was rolling it down on the surface. It couldn't connect to the surface properly. You were just pushing paint all around. You got to saturate the screen. Now, AKA, your stuff doesn't work. Saturate the screen. I've never heard of that. And I used to be a painter. I've never heard anybody saying, oh, you got to put this on the wall first to saturate the wall first before you can paint it. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my entire life. Oh, I don't want to go on a rant with you about your freaking policy on how you paint your screens, but it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I painted both of these screens, knocked them out, no time at all, came back in, dried them on camera, watched a demonstration while I was gaming off the other one, and it takes 5 to 7 days for your product to basically dry at the end of the day. So let me ask you a question, Einstein. We got over here, well, covered up behind this giant screen over here, we got two big screens here, right? This is a 126-inch Elite screen. Over here, much bigger screen. All right. Probably say, Mr. Bird, you have nice clothes on today. Mr. Bird's not building today. Mr. Bird's not painting today. When Mr. Bird is seeing clothes, that means I'm painting and building on those days. Other days, I'm just sitting here just doing programming and 3D mapping and all that stuff. Those are days I can wear my clothes. I can feel nice today. But other days, most of the days, I'm grimy and dirty. That's a work day for me. You know what I mean, guys? You don't understand that. That's an actual work day. You don't know what work is at the end of the day when it comes to these companies, when it comes to building a company. You jokers just get on there and just splash some pretty colors on the screen and go, ooh, la, look how amazing it looks. Please. So let me explain something to you, Einstein. And I'm calling you Einstein, not because I think you're smart. You know why I'm calling you. Two screens here. You see this? 126-inch, 100-inch. This one takes longer to dry. You know why? More paint. Bigger screen. The bigger the screen, the more paint, the longer it takes to dry. In your video, you said something about 5 to 7 days for a screen to dry, correct? So, is that 5 to 7 days for what size screen does it take for it to dry? Because I'm pretty sure you're not counting 5 to 7 for all types and all sizes and screens, because that'd be virtually impossible. If I'm painting a screen of 200 inches, I got to drop 2 fans on that screen to get it to dry, where that one will only take 1. You know, there's more area to cover. So there's a whole lot of stuff missing out of your so-called bullcrap nonsense of what you speak about. And at the end of the day, I've asked you to back this up, and you haven't done it yet, because you can't. Now you come up with this new 22 paint for 2022. It still carries the same instructions as the old stuff. That means you didn't change the paint. I guarantee you that your product is the same. I guarantee you never changed it at all. That's why I think you probably didn't go through the effort of changing the summary for Vega, because Vega actually applies to the Daystar at the bottom. They both had the same summary. I think what you did, you went in and you rebranded the product. That's what you did. That's all. Hey, can you do us a big favor? How about you do a demonstration with the old stuff versus the new stuff and show us a difference? That'll never happen. Anything I ask will never happen. So, like I said, you guys can't back your products up. At the end of the day, I guarantee you, if I made the effort, which I'm not going to do, if I made the effort to make a phone call and say, hey, look, can you get me that product? I would get somebody in Jersey to get your product just to show you how close I can get to you. And have your product down here sitting on the table, and I guarantee you, bar none, I will match you to a tablecloth at the end of the day. Because you guys can't do it. I take the very same tablecloth that you guys fear, and I use it to put against my black screens to show how high my white levels pull on my black screens. How they can basically catch up to a screen that light. Well, that's how you guys made it on the wall of shame and fame. And well, I can't say fame, but you guys made the wall of cancellation. So if you guys want to know what the wall of cancellation is, that's what it is. Jamie, you were so quick to jump to saying he said he was going to make a wall. Calm down, relax. It's coming. Just had to make sure I got enough of partays on there to join you. So there you guys are side by side sitting on my wall in my workshop with my thumbprint. You know why thumbprint's there? I own you at the end of the day. That's what that stands for. You got owned. You don't have one of these, do you? The sad thing about it is I gave you the opportunity. Even if you came in, say you delivered one of these products to my front door, I would have never posted any of this at all because I have to honor your agreement. You went in and you did something. You did it as a man. You came in and you brought that product to my front door. You showed confidence. Whether or not your product wins or lose, you showed confidence. And I got to respect you for that one right there. So I can't do this to you at the end of the day. I would have literally removed. This would have never appeared if you were man enough to bring it to that front door, win or lose. I was like, well, damn, win or lose, because my French, you guys knew they were going to lose, and they still brought it to the table. I would have respected you for that. But you couldn't even do that at the end of the day. So now I gave you that opportunity. From this day on, I will never place an order from you ever again. If I want your stuff, I'll have somebody else get it for me. You had the opportunity. Think about it. You had the opportunity when Mr. Bird placed an order to give it directly to me. That's gone now. That opportunity is gone. This is forever your shame from now on, for the rest of your life, or whatever time you get out of whatever. I don't care what you do in your life, but this is your forever shame right here. You had the opportunity to deliver to my front door. Win or lose, if your product came down here and it didn't do what it's supposed to do, at the end of the day, I got to give you your respect for standing up and getting it done, regardless knowing you were going to lose. Those are the kind of people I got respect for. Even if they knew they're going to lose, they still stand their ground at the end of the day. You don't even have that. So there you go. There you sit. And the opportunity I gave you, don't worry, I'm not going to order from you ever again. You will never get the opportunity to prove yourself ever again to me. This is your legacy right here. If I want your product, I'll make a phone call and I'll get it shipped in. All right, with that being said, people, I'm going to go upstairs and enjoy me a great big bowl of cereal. Like, I love to have cereal. I love freaking cereal. And I'm going to freaking watch some cartoons. I just did a demonstration on the floor. I'm going to repaint my ceiling pretty soon. So that's going to be an interesting project. It takes 3 quarts to knock out the ceiling. So, yeah, it does take about 3 quarts. I'm going to change that over to a Phantom because we don't have Phoenix technology anymore. And let me see. Oh, order my control sticks for my mech upstairs. Yeah! The beginning of the mech begins. All right, so that's basically about it. I got to get back to work as usual. All right, thank you all. Well, actually, the day's only 3D mapping today. Well, okay, you hear that running back and forth? That's crazy. Anyway, got to go. Thank you all, and God bless.